everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Breeze's Saints. With that, let's get you out to the Bayou. We're standing by as our commentary team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. They'll come out in the pistol. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. For Ingram, he topped the 1,000-yard mark this year for the first time in his 6-year career.
Didn't he just come out of Alabama last year?
That's what it feels like, right?
I mean,
hard to believe 6 seasons he's had.
Won a Heisman Trophy there, finally over 1,000 yards as a pro, and he increased his number of long runs, becoming a much better ball carrier into the secondary.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Throwing now is Breeze. This is caught. It's Cooks. Calling a pickup of 7. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
And it's caught. Kobe Flainer. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
Breeze now. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Breeze. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. Brandon, I know you play the fantasy football game, and Adrian Peterson has to be a popular pick for owners. But this year, a tough season for him. A knee injury early limited him to 72 yards total for the season.
Yeah, early indeed. Week 2 on that knee injury. So 72 yards, as you said, for the year. Came back, admirable, hoping to get him into the playoffs, but didn't look like he was ready to return.
One guy I never count out, though, is Adrian Peterson. I expect a monster return in 2017.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Throwing, Bradford, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. It's a gain of 14 there, and that leads to a Minnesota first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Second down, Bradford. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now Breeze on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They send Thomas out to the right by himself. Now Breeze. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. You know, for this Vikings team, as they come back out here on offense, I don't know that any group had more of a roller coaster ride than them in the 2016 season. The quarterback change at the beginning, the hot start, and then the cold middle. It was just a tough year for them, wasn't it?
It really was, and when you look at how their season went, you mentioned the roller coaster. A lot of it can come back to the injuries, especially along the offensive line. I think by around October, maybe even early November, I'm surprised you and I didn't get a call to go audition to be a left tackle there because they were just down so many guys. So that made it difficult to run the ball and to protect Sam Bradford, their quarterback, and it reflected in their final record.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the game. Third down now following the run. Peterson alone in the backfield. Bradford to throw it, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Sheldon Rankins, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it. It's Bradford, and this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
To throw is Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
I'm just looking side by side at Diggs' number, rookie year versus sophomore year a season ago. 52 catches as a rook, 84 last year, but something you pointed out to me, yards per catch is off a bit, isn't it?
It is, and you know, his first year, he was known a little bit more as a big play threat. This past season, adjusting to a new quarterback in Sam Bradford, that number went down by about 3 yards per catch, but he can be an explosive type of a receiver. Look at the last 2 games of the regular season, well over 100 yards in both.
Bradford off the play fake to Peterson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Now it's a bootleg with Bradford. Sliding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They come up in an offset eye. 4th down, Bradford. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Bradford, and unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And this last year, right around mid-season, it's kind of when Michael Thomas emerged as Drew Brees' favorite target. And he finished leading all rookies, 92 catches, over 1,100 yards.
And one of the things I remember most about learning about Michael Thomas last season when I did a Saints game was finding out how much winning meant to him. Multiple teammates talked about after a loss how upset he was, how much he put into practice getting ready for the next week, and how much he was looking at other guys and wondering, do you care as much as I do? And that's a really big deal for a rookie receiver, and he translated it into action the rest of the year.
So an entertaining first half, and now we have hit the 2-minute warning. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. Now Breeze on the bootleg. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now Breeze. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. And this one is incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and that brings up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down. 54 is Mike, check, watch 54.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
The left side caught by Diggs. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Sterling Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. So after the INT, it's Breeze going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Terrence Newman with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now out comes Minnesota. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Bradford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Jarris Bird. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
Touchdown, Vikings! Cordero Patterson, 78 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Easy. Check it out, please.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. To throw, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it brings up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And now out comes Minnesota. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On second down, Peterson able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some...
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Breeze now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be first down, Saints. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here we go. You ready? Hey. 21. Check your backer. Over. Watch the twin. Watch the twin.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Here we go now.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back near the goal line, Bradford. And he's going to go down for a fourth time today, and this time the result is a safety. Well, this O-line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time, none whatsoever. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Brian Robinson, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Ready.
On third and long, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 4th down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From midfield, here's Breeze. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Bradford. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And give him a gain of 37. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
To throw, Bradford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down. 5-4. No.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Mike 50.
Breeze to throw on second down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. So 2nd and 10 here.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Ready. Check.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chad Greenway not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
13. Check 24. Mike 50. Ready.
On third and long, it's Breeze. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big 30-yard play on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. Let's see if they can avoid doing it here. Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Bradford now to throw on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Play action for Peterson. Now here's Bradford. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
On third down, Bradford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Now Bradford on 4th down. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. They find some open field here. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
4th quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
It'll be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Ready. You ready? Let's go.
Breeze now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram from 4 yards out. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Breeze is going to throw. And no, it falls incomplete.